We had the pleasure of sharing an extraordinary vision of life and nature and experiencing its fascinating cultural impact when we talked to the innovative British designer Ross Lovegrove. His eclectic intellectual approach to life and sustainable design left us with a less consumer-centred attitude, respecting what nature has blessed us with in order to improve our lives.
Now, the relationship that I have with nature is a rather special one. I grew up near the sea in Wales, and I remember being totally fascinated by the physicality of nature, the fact that you could engage with it, and it wasn't about money and it wasn't about time. It was all about just fascination. Nature is a phenomena which heightens all of your senses. Your senses become on a kind of high alert. That's part of the relationship that I have with nature, but I'm interested in what I call new nature, which is the man-made interpretation of what nature's logic and beauty can then be brought into the world of design. So I'm not directly copying nature. I'm interested in biomimicry, and I'm interested in the evolution of the economics of nature. Nature improves with ever greater purpose that which once existed. Ultimately, my quest is to develop what I call a language of survival in the work I do. I don't know how you say that, una lingua della, well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't, yeah, okay. So it's a language of survival. Because at the moment, what I've noticed is that most objects around us are overcooked. They are rather arrogant, they use too much materials. There's been an easiness of resource acquisition and application. And I'll just show you something that's interesting. Yeah, let's just look at something interesting. That's a telephone, okay? It's a telephone. Everything that you look at there comes out of the earth, comes out of the ground, and it comes out of rock. I'm amazed by that, yeah. I'm absolutely astonished by that. The camera, everything we look at generally comes out of the earth. It's an aboriginal concept of what comes out of the earth comes back to the earth. So the idea of birth, life, death, the regeneration cycle is something that does interest me and always has. I'm somebody who from the age of 16 I designed a windmill. It certainly was not fashionable then. And what's interesting right now is that we have to make environmental ideas. And I'm not going to play that card too often, but we have to understand the value of materials. I did the world's first ceramic bladed razor. I did that about 20 years ago. 18 years ago, I did solar seed. It was a nomadic architecture. It's an inflatable structure using argon gas in the skin. And it's built like a boat. And the idea is that instead of having a Victorian house in London and a wood cabin, I don't know, in wherever, and a nice comfy little house in Tuscany, what you do is you live by your modern standards. So you have this amazing house with a solar canopy, yeah, that tracks the sun. When it tracks the sun, it actually puts shadow in the house. There's kind of incredible synergistic, intelligent relationships that I was looking for. It's quasi niente, it's almost nothing. It's like a medusa. And my objective was to put one in Asia, one in Europe and one in the States, and that's how I'd live. And I put them in the most amazing parts of nature, so I could wake up in the morning or be at night with aurora borealis flashing in the thing, use my laptop, stay in touch, be in the snow, be in the desert. Wow, I think that's the way to live, not in cities. I've been designing from the point of view of organic design, and people say, what's that? Well, it's a way of thinking, it's not form, but actually I create form. An organic form is the most sincere type of form. My hand is really complicated, but it's really sincere. It takes much more insincerity to make that. It does. Nature, you never see an ugly tree. Nobody ever says, oh, what an ugly tree. You see what I mean? It's like, how do we form a proximity to nature, which is part of a system too, because nature is a system. I'm interested in evolution, of which we're in the third level of evolution now. There's primary evolution. Primary evolution is, it moves at glacial speed, a glacier. You just can't see it moving. It's so slow, it's just there, okay? It moves at glacial speed because you have huge amounts of time, billions of years. But what nature does is it just adapts. It's not making anything, nature, it's just responding. Very, very slow. Beautiful, lovely. Okay. Tertiary evolution, which is the step we're in now, is really amazing, because what tertiary evolution is two guys in Japan who sit down from Sony and say, in 1 year's time, we will have a 3mm thick organic LED television. Done. I mean, I'm not affected at all by any of that sort of decadence or aspiration that we have today. I'm not interested in it. I'm interested in fundamentally intelligent, thoughtful ideas, but I'm also interested in fundamentally intelligent people. That's my audience. What design should do is it should lift the bar. It should not suppress people and ruin this planet with popular culture. It should lift people's culture. So yeah, it's an interesting moment for that. Energy is everything, and the sun is God.